Hey, good evening, everyone.
What was that?
It is a voice I'm trying out. I don't think it's going to work. All right, it's time for Bollocks this evening. We are here live in the Bozard Ford studio. We're excited. We have a fun show today. We got lots of stuff to talk about. Lenny's going back and forth with all his notes over there, flinging them around. He's somewhat ready. I got somebody calling me from Ponte Vedra. I don't know what the heck's going on. Let me turn off my phone, and I got to share the show. Hope you do too. But Lenny, how you doing, man? How was the weekend?
The weekend was great.
Yeah.
Had a great dinner. Had some friends come over to see the house. Relaxed. Read some book. It was all good.
Yeah. No, we had a great wine.
Oh yeah. Oh,
At Ben 39,
that was very nice.
and that cheese board. Oh man,
It was impressive.
yeah. And I'm not really a goat cheese guy,
Right.
you know. So I mean, the other two I found were amazing. And even though I'm not a goat cheese guy, I enjoyed that one.
Mm-hmm. At Ben 39, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Outdoors, good music. We're able to put a name to a face of somebody we hear about on the morning music report every day.
Yeah. So we got to hear Ben Blackshear.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to pay some bills.
Okay.
So when we have a brand new sponsor today, real excited about Mr. Electric. You're going to talk about them in just a second. All right, but we're going to start off Bozard Ford Lincoln in St. Augustine. Their goal is to make sure your time and experience buying a car is stress-free, fun, and enjoyable. Bozard is a family-owned Ford dealership that has been in business since 1949. Bozard Ford Lincoln has been the recipient of numerous dealer awards, including being ranked #1 automotive dealership in the nation by Dealer Rater. Bozard Ford also has won back-to-back President Awards, which is the highest honor given by Ford Motor Company. Check them out today online at bozardford.com.
Hey, if you need a trusted electrician in St. Augustine, call Mr. Electric of St. Augustine, a local veteran-owned business providing excellent residential and commercial electrical services across St. Johns, Flagler, and Putnam counties. From panel upgrades and lighting installs to safety inspections and EV chargers, their licensed pros do it all. Upfront pricing and satisfaction guaranteed, backed by neighborly done-right promise. Flexible scheduling, no surprises, just dependable hometown service. Call 904-289-1217 today or visit online to request services. That's 904-289-1217. Mr. Electric of St. Augustine, your local power experts.
All right. And these neighborhood diners, we're talking, of course, about Moultrie Creek Diner and Anastasia Diner. These major neighborhood diners are more than just a place to eat. They are where hospitality blooms and friends gather. Bring your own or make new ones. The coffee is always hot, the smiles are genuine, and the food tastes like home. Every meal is a chance to make memories, share stories, and create bonds that last a lifetime. It's not just about the food on the plate, but the community that comes together at the table. Come see them at Moultrie Creek Diner and Anastasia Diner. Andy, and tell him Andy sent you, and I can tell you Andy's just one of the great guys out there. So happy he's a part of our crew. And man, he can really make a daddle cheesesteak
Really?
Sandwich.
I might have to try that next
Sub.
time. I mean, we go there for
Like
breakfast,
it.
but, you know, I could eat a daddle sub for breakfast.
Oh, his breakfasts are amazing.
I know. Hubcake-sized pancakes. Can't go wrong.
Upstakes, guys. What did you say?
Hubcap-sized pancakes.
Hubcap. I thought you said upside pancake.
No, hubcap.
I thought
Hubcap.
you said upcake size. Okay, hubcap. Yeah.
Take two?
No, those are my ears.
Okay.
I think you said it completely right.
Okay, well, sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Like now I'm going to try. A to Z offers free estimates and has been serving St. Johns County for 20 years in the construction industry. A to Z offers painted metal roofs for saltwater area homes with warranties for up to 25 years. A to Z offers shingle roofs with warranties for up to 50 years. A to Z also installs tile roofing, cedar shake shingles, designer roofing, and flat roof coverings. Recent job photos with material descriptions can be seen at A to Z roofingandwaterproofing.com.
All right. Last but definitely not least, we're talking about one of our originals. I'll take those right there, put them over there for next week. One of our original sponsors, they've been around with us since the very beginning in the old Uncommon Ground days. Emergency service, always open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, including nights, weekends, and holidays. Locally owned business for over 39 years, Powell Heating and Air Conditioning dedication to customer service has been evident in everything they do. From the moment they answer your call until the time they leave your home, they are working to make you comfortable and confident about the care and service you receive from Powell. They service all heating and air conditioning brands. And let me tell you right now, last week, Blake, how quick were they there?
They were super quick at our house. It was very nice. We were sweating our backs off.
Yeah, it was one of those really like smoking hot days.
Yeah.
And they figured out it was under warranty, and they just basically it was completely free.
That was wonderful.
Love
that.
That was wonderful. Jason, he did an amazing job getting us back to where we could sleep under at least one sheet at night. We didn't have to sleep naked on the sheets.
Okay.
That's always uncomfortable for everyone in the family. Especially when I fall asleep on the couch like that.
I would think so.
It's not pretty.
Right.
It's not pretty.
You don't have a waistband to put your hand in.
Yeah, was that?
You don't have a waistband to put your hand in like Thanksgiving.
No.
After Thanksgiving, nap on the couch, hand in the waistband. It's in the rules.
You have pillows.
Okay.
You got pillows to put your hands in different places. All right. So appreciate everybody out there. If you guys would always support our sponsors, especially our new sponsor. Really excited about Mr. Electric being on board. He's a Navy guy. So Bobby's probably hoping he had another Air Force guy in there, but we got a Navy guy who's a part of the team. So I think we're covering most of the branches of the military. So, all right. First part of this show, we go back and forth with topics. And then on the second half of the show, we do 5 questions. Now we got some fun topics out there. I'm going to lead us off with the lead one that we had. And that's Elon and Trump and their breakup.
Oh, I'm so torn up by that.
All right. What's your first topic?
What I do, like pardons?
No, you didn't do here.
No, never mind. Hold on. Wait.
Hold on.
I gotta write that off.
I'm taking care of this. I'm
Thank
taking
you,
care of this right now. Pardons.
It's that short-term memory of mine. Or lack thereof.
Cornell's not going strong today.
Oh, well, then I can replace that with elites in the cabinet.
Elites in the cabinet. There you go. All right. And evil clowns. That's 2 separate topics.
All right.
Okay.
It took a minute for that to register.
Yeah. All right. So we got Elon Trump's breakup, elites in the cabinet, and evil clowns.
All right, I'm going to see if there's a world's tiniest violin sound effect on the soundboard, because I'm going to pick Trump and Elon breaking up.
I know, it's very sad.
It's sad.
All right, it is my topic. It's one of those situations where you got 2 guys that are very powerful, and the relationship's not going to last long. It just isn't. And I was thinking about this. The movie American Pie?
Sure.
All right. I'm pretty sure if Trump was one of the characters in that movie, he'd be Stifler.
Okay.
He's a friend, but you don't really go out with him. You don't hang out with him. You don't call him and say, "Hey, let's go get some wine and dinner."
You're just in it for his mother.
Yeah.
Stifler's mother.
Oh, that's right.
Stifler's mother.
Yeah, way to go, shit brick. But Elon, you knew this wasn't going to last. Okay. Now you say you're a moderate, but you can't see the middle from where you stand on the left.
It's not true.
I'm pretty sure, because you came in and what did you say in our group text today?
That I didn't want a red shirt.
We ordered. No, that is not how you presented that at all.
I did not want to wear a MAGA red shirt.
Blake, do you want to read Lenny's statement that he says he's a moderate, and we were ordering 2 shirts for everyone who's in the studio, embroidered shirts for in the studio or events out.
All right.
So what was his immediate response, Blake?
So his immediate comment was, XL, please. Any color other than MAGA red.
Yes.
MAGA red.
Yeah,
Yes.
with a little laughy face.
Yeah, with a laughy face. Okay.
Right there, little laughy face.
So all of the tweets that Trump gets you guys with, as long as he put a laughy face, it's okay.
There you go.
Okay. That's
I just don't
that's
need
the
to.
Cornell
I just
person
don't need to be.
bless your heart.
Oh, I like that. Oh, thank you very
I
much.
put a laughy face.
Okay. Hey, I don't have to brandish it. First of all, I also followed that up with I don't look good in red. I look very good in pink and other colors, but red doesn't
That's
do
probably the
anything for
worst
me.
statement you made, though. You look good in pink.
I do. I look very good in pink. I carry it off nicely.
All right.
I'm also very much in touch with my sensitive side.
Yeah.
As Sports Illustrated commercials once said, I'm just a sensitive big guy.
I can rock the pink.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not
It's
afraid.
a great color.
I think it's a beard thing. You can pretty much, if you got a beard, you can pull off the pink without.
But don't put the pink in your beard, though.
No, oh, that was horrible. Did you hear about what happened with me there? Well,
no, but I'm just gonna.
I'm just dozing off on me.
No. I'm behaving myself.
Okay.
No. I'm just trying to behave myself right now. Thank you very much.
Okay, I got what you just said.
Softballs get thrown every now and then. I swing. Sometimes I filter myself.
I'm glad you stopped on that.
My wife watches this show, and I want her to keep loving me.
Okay, for Pink Up the Pace, 3 years ago.
Okay.
I dyed my beard. Maybe 4 years ago. It's been a while. I dyed my beard.
3 years ago.
Was it 3?
It was 3 years ago because I remember Rebecca helping you out with it.
Okay, Blake, stop helping. All right, because that's not the way it was at all. So just stop helping. Your timing's completely off. Yeah, stop helping. But we put the stuff in the beard, and I get home, it won't wash out, and it won't wash out.
Okay.
And I get it, and it's now a lighter shade of pink. I ended up having to shave my beard completely off, and even with that, it stained a little bit of my skin for a couple of days. So I will not be dyeing my beard pink again. So it just doesn't, because it didn't wash out. So
you gotta use one of those hair color dyes that actually does wash out.
well, that's what it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh well.
it came-
All right.
it
Thanks
came
thanks for warning on that.
Yeah, it came from the hairdresser. It was supposed to be the better one that was supposed to wash out, and it never did. All right, so Elon and Trump, they've been going at it with this Doge thing, back and forth. Elon's going back to, I'm focusing on SpaceX and Tesla again. I wanted to see what Tesla did today. It was down about $3, but it's still holding. It's since we talked about it, it's up about 80 cents.
And since he's come back to say, I think it's time for me to go back to work.
It went back. It went back up too. And the new model, we knew they were changing
the less expensive one.
Yeah, the Y. Was it the Y Tesla, Blake?
Yeah, it was the Y one. That was the least expensive one.
Yeah, and I think he wants to focus on that rollout because I think that's going to be a pretty big one. And I just saw out there that he's got a little motorhome that has a solar on top of it.
Really?
So, Blake, have you seen that model yet?
I had not.
All right, see if you can pull that one up. But, I think it's just one of those things where Elon's like, okay, you can only get my time for so long, and I have to go back to being the head of my company. And it's not worth what he's taken, the bullets he's taken for free from the American people.
On paper, the concept of Doge is a good idea. Try to cut back on unnecessary spending, try to rule out fraud and abuse. I don't think anybody has a problem with that in concept. In execution, it's not inconceivable that a bunch of 20-year-old techno geeks have stolen everybody's information across the entire country because they went in everywhere.
Okay, really, you can't be that naive that you don't think that they already had that.
Oh, absolutely, they do.
All right.
But if the government had it,
don't say it started with Doge.
Well,
it started. If we're gonna go back, it started with George W.
Okay.
With the Patriot, where they just went in and.
Well, there were some constraints on it. These guys just came in.
You might want to watch the new documentary about how they got around all those constraints during
they ignored
that first Iraqi information that they had. and they just used it, and they kind of put everybody together. And
I have no expectation of privacy in America today, nor should anybody else.
Yeah. So I mean, like when people are like, "Oh, well, I don't want to get my identity," well, it's going to happen if it's going to happen to you. I'm sorry, it just is.
Right. And they just downloaded everything. But who's in control of that trove of data now?
It's pretty much everybody on the dark web. Everyone who has
it's for sale by little thumb drives by little 19-year-olds named Big Balls.
Yeah, it's well.
Lenny, the most dangerous person that can have your social security number is like some Chinese or Russian hacker that has a social security number. That's the most dangerous one.
And they have them.
They already have them.
They just have them. I mean,
I'm kind of partial to Nigerian princes.
The days of us trying to protect that, I mean,
yeah, long gone.
Long gone. I mean, they'll use my EIN number for whatever business it is and send me stuff. Like, it's all such bogus. Blake got a bogus one from an insurance company today, and he had to call. And I mean, Blake's a smart guy. He had to call. Is this real? No, it's not real. And I mean, and if you question it, it means it's probably not real.
Right.
But call somebody that actually can help you out with it.
Well, I always like the fact that, the two things you should never tell anybody are your social security number or the security code on the back of your credit card.
Mm-hmm.
And the two things that people ask you for now are what's the last 4 digits of your social security number and what's the security code on the back of your credit card.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so much for that.
Yeah. And it's a pain in the ass when have you ever had your identity stolen?
I've had Instagram account hacked by somebody. Then I have to laugh about it too, because they did it. And when I ended up following the email that changed it, it literally, can't make this up, went back to Nigeria.
Yeah.
It was a Nigerian prince, stole my email account.
Yeah.
My Instagram account.
Yeah, no, and it's a pain, and you need to change your passwords on a regular basis. But if I have to keep. I don't even know. What do you think? How many passwords do you think you have?
Too many.
I mean, I probably have like 20 or 30 different passwords. I use some similar ones, but I change them up, different variations.
Yeah.
And the ones that make you change it every 6 months, it makes my brain blow up, because then I have to do a little Post-it note and hide it somewhere. Then I forget where the hell I hide it.
Well, that's it too.
I am the king of forgot my password.
But then they give you a hassle to, you got to know your old password to change your new password half the time. If I knew my old password, I wouldn't need to change it.
Well, they usually send you that code with the number on it,
right.
And then you can hit that, and then they'll say, okay, redo it. But then the problem is you put in a password and you go, can't use that when you used it already.
Right, exactly.
Why wasn't that my password then? Right. So it's so frustrating.
Believe me, and I keep forgetting which letter I capitalize randomly.
Yeah.
I've got like I saying this too, Post-it notes. I mean, I've got a legal pad that's got probably about 8 pages of passwords on them. Some of them don't even exist. And the weirdest one is I have accounts that started when it was a Verizon.net email. Mm-hmm. Verizon stopped hosting email 15 years ago, and that's still the thing that you got to go to. And there's, if this is your contact, there's nobody at the other end of that contact.
Well, and when I worked at the county, we had to change our password like every 30 days, and the IT department hated me. I mean, so I can tell you exactly what I did, whatever month it was, and you couldn't repeat the same password like for 4 times. So whatever it was is, I think my email address was like tblevins@sjcfl.us. All right. So I just put tblevins. If it was in the month of January, 1.
Okay.
tblevins, 2. tblevins. And they're like, well, anyone can steal it. I was like, what are they going to get?
Right.
You're the one protecting me. So if they get in, it's your problem, not mine.
Right.
So they would get so mad at me.
It's not that much. There's not much I have that they can get.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of that.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, if it's out there, they're going to get you. And yeah, they're listening. I can tell you right now they are. Yeah. These phones, they will send you an ad. I talked about Legoland 2 days ago, and I got ads all day about Legoland today.
Well, good. Now let's see if I get them.
Yeah, you're probably going to get them now.
So back to the big breakup.
Yeah, but there definitely is a question that I do have about the breakup, though. Who gave Elon Musk his black eye?
Oh, that was his kid.
Oh yeah,
Allegedly.
that was his ex gave him that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were roughhousing.
Elon said, "Oh, you won't punch me," and X punched him. So, and he was telling that story actually, I think, in front of Trump, and Trump's like, "Oh yeah, X would give you a shot."
Yeah.
So, yeah, don't challenge your kid to punch you.
No.
So, Elon's, his eye is showing some wear and tear.
Too funny.
So,
But again, he only had 130 days, and Joshua pointed this out as well. As a special government employee, there was a clock on how long he could actually work for the government.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think he knew that too. I mean, I think that was part of it.
Also, he took a lot of abuse of the fact that Doge did not come close to accomplishing what he had promised it would.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like I said, on paper and in theory, this is a great thing to do. Cut back on waste, fraud, and abuse. But I don't know if they found much fraud, maybe abuse. They found
a lot of fraud in other government agencies.
Okay.
In government agencies, it wasn't so much here, but we were giving money to a particular group, and
where it was being spent,
the percentage of money that got to the actual person it was intended for. I think the percentage, and Blake, if you can fact check, I think it came back at like 12 or 14% of money, the intended
recipient, the money that was authorized,
and who actually got it on these foreign aid situations was like 12%.
Well, and I'm not necessarily making a correlation, but before I donate to a charity, I look to see what the administrative costs vis-a-vis the actual research or production costs that they actually spend on the charity that they're supposed to do.
Yeah,
And
I give locally. I'll rarely give to a nonprofit outside of our community. It's just me personally.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some great national ones, but you know what? We have some great ones right here that need our help. So, and we're having some come in. We have one coming in tomorrow, and we have another one coming in next week with some nonprofits. Actually, two coming in next week.
Yeah. When I was up in New York, I used to do a lot of work with the Arthritis Foundation, and I would constantly check. And their administrative and salary and overhead costs were somewhere in the range of 9 to 10%, and the other 90% of it went to programming and research and stuff. And the more I found out, arthritis is everything that's going to kill you. I mean, arthritis is it's a catch-all nowadays.
Well, and you being a grateful
creaky old man,
you being a Grateful Dead fan, you've been protecting your joints for a long time.
I have.
So
got to keep them dry.
Yes.
Got to keep them dry. It helps.
Well, and the only place I have, and I'm very fortunate because arthritis is something that's in my family, but I broke my hand, so it really, really bothers me when it gets damp out.
What, from the weather?
Yeah, I have that boxer fracture on that knuckle that I've broken 3 times.
Yeah, I just found out in the last year, maybe year and a half, that gout is actually a type of arthritis.
Mm-hmm. I think I knew that.
Yeah, that I didn't until I got it.
Has something to do with like potassium also, and
it's uric acid.
Uric acid.
It's uric acid builds up. It crystallizes in your joints and becomes very, very painful.
Yeah, it can make you feel like you have an actual hairline fracture in your foot. It's hard to detect.
Well, I spent, and again, first world problem. I spent a summer working for a friend of mine up in Maine, eating lobster and drinking a lot of bourbon and working 75 hours a week. I was never lighter weight wise, but I just thought I had a stress fracture. I changed shoes up there 5 times in the course of a summer because I thought I had a stress fracture in my foot.
And it was actually
and in retrospect, I think it was probably the gout.
It's probably gout. So
it's one of the reasons I cut back dramatically in my drinking and my red meat eating. So it's sort of under control, but every now and again you get a flare up, and it's like it's the curse of living well.
Yeah,
sadly.
No, it's 100%. All right, we got more topics. You had elites in the cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
I have evil clowns, and your other one is
we can do government funding successes or deportation questions.
Okay, you only had one.
Well, I was giving you a choice.
No, it's not my choice. Blake, how long have we been doing this? It's been a couple weeks, right? I thought he'd catch on by now.
It's been a while.
I thought he'd catch on by now. And Rebecca says I'm being mean to Lenny. When he does this, it makes it easy. It makes it easy. Pick one.
All right, let's do government-funded successes because that's uplifting-ish.
Okay. All right. So we have elites in cabinet, evil clowns, and government-funded successes.
Pick evil clowns. I'm intrigued.
Evil clowns.
Evil clowns. There is a company in Switzerland that hires evil clowns to torture family members or friends the week leading up to their birthday. They stalk them. They leave them notes. They wave to them from around the corner. And these things are super creepy. It was the brainchild of a guy named Dominic DeVille.
Real name, do we think?
I think it might be. So, Blake, if you can pull up, I think he's doing it right now. But these guys leave notes on cars. I'm watching you. Wow. And stuff like that. And they get paid no matter how long it takes. If the other people get so scared they make them call it off, they can stop working in 2 days, but they get paid for the whole week.
All right, got the clown.
Okay. Did you find? It. Oh, see. And if they make it, this is the final point right here. If they make it the entire week, the clown stops after he puts a pie in the face.
Okay.
Does it say specifically where? Like who gets pied in the face?
The birthday person.
Birthday person.
The birthday person that they've been stalking.
All right.
So if they make it the entire week without freaking out, and Mike Davis is so afraid of clowns. I would actually love to do this as a practical joke on him, but I'm afraid for his own well-being that I can't do this. And it's one of, we always said nothing would hurt our friendship. I think this one might hurt our friendship, and I wouldn't be able to do that.
And rent would 100% increase.
We would have to move.
Rent would increase.
It wouldn't even. We would be evicted immediately, and we'd have to move.
No. So is he really scared by clowns, or can we just scare him with Clint Eastwood right here?
Oh, I have a Clint Eastwood question for question of the day. I didn't even know Clint was back there.
Yeah, we still have him.
Yeah, and I have a Pennywise that I used, a bobblehead. I used during the Uncommon Ground. I kept him on the desk, and he would make me move it as far away from him as possible.
See, in Europe where there is not a preponderance of guns, it's probably okay for the clowns to do this. In the United States, somebody's going to have a heart attack and drop dead, and that's not going to be good for their business. But the other thing is, these clowns are taking a risk here in the United States with people packing heat. They could get shot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. No. I mean, it's a risk to be the clown.
I would think.
It's got to be a high-risk job, being the clown. So, no,
Easy there, Bobby. Easy there.
I saw.
It's just a retention issue. I'm not slow. I just have no memory of what happened. What'd you say, Bobby, by the way? I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought.
Air Force guy.
Yeah.
No, I just found this to be so wild.
That's been fascinating.
That a company, and they've been around, I think, since 2010, like 15 years.
Really?
So
you got to be a certain kind of, sadist to want to be the clown, I would think.
Yeah, it depends on what you get paid. Yeah, there's always enough money.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, I would think people are lining up to take that job.
Yeah, there's always enough money.
I want to know if you get a bonus if you make it through the entire week before you pie the guy.
You get the pie. You get the pie. You get the success, and they say the scarier and creepier clowns, it's less than like 50% make it through the week.
Wow.
Before they absolutely freak out.
But we'll say though, for the military though, there actually is an army clown.
Are you being serious right now? Is that for real?
No,
that can't be for real.
Is that the Secretary of Defense?
It
looks like Pete.
Doge got rid of it.
Okay.
Indeed.
I thought you were leaving the picture up long enough for me to get a drink of water. Way to go, Blake.
He's got you timed out.
All right. You have elites in the cabinet. I have Florida versus Texas. And
that's a brawl I'd like to see. And deportation questions.
Oh, wait. No. Not deportation.
No.
We did.
Gun funding successes.
Deportation's going to be tomorrow.
I put my mark in the wrong place.
Deportation's going to be tomorrow.
Okay.
We're going to hold on to that one. So don't erase that one.
Boy, we got everything for this week coming up. I'm prepped for tomorrow and for Thursday.
You're going to hold that one till
Wednesday.
Wednesday then, because we got an interview tomorrow with an amazing charity.
Are we back to back with interview? Anyway, carry on.
We might be.
All right.
I'm new here. Ask the boss.
Right.
Not the real boss. So tomorrow we have the women's.
Figurehead.
Tomorrow we had the women's refuge on Bollocks tomorrow. It's going to be a great interview. But for right now, I am going to say elites and cabinets.
Okay.
And Blake, remind me to talk about where you'll be after the morning show tomorrow. I want to talk about that a little bit on this show too.
Cool. I'm excited. Right. Now I'm interested. Sure. All right. So
elites and cabinet.
1, 2, 3. I think there's 14 cabinet positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. See, I remembered that. See? You mock my Ivy League.
I do.
Okay. Well,
when a guy has a Parks and Recreation degree, we usually target Ivy Leaguers right away because you go for like the weakest link.
So how come you're not picking on the president or J.D. Vance?
Well, they are. They're Ivy Leaguers too.
Yes, they are.
I pick on them when I feel appropriate. You just happen to be in my proximity.
I'm a lot closer. I'm a lot closer and easier to.
You're in my proximity more.
And I'm more forgiving than the two of them.
Yeah, they'll probably come after.
That's exactly it.
And I'm okay with that too.
But there's 35% of the cabinet itself went to elite universities, and I'm throwing MIT and Stanford in there because they qualify.
Is Vanderbilt in there?
Actually, I didn't count Vanderbilt, but it should be.
Vanderbilt should be.
Okay.
I would put Vanderbilt in that category.
I don't know if that was here or
Berkeley even.
Yeah, Berkeley, I don't have anybody because I did cabinet and sub-cabinet, like,
okay.
Social Security. The Social Security Director of National Institutes of Health.
If I was in the cabinet, I would not hurt that number.
Well, yeah.
Because I would not be considered an elite.
Somebody went to Vandy Law School, but I don't know if it was a cabinet member or a sub-cabinet. Yep. Oh, no, it was Paul Atkins, who was the SEC chairman. He went to...
The guy who made the diet?
Yeah. No, he dead. He dead, Dr. Atkins. Oh, no, maybe it's Dr. Tarnover. No, Tarnover got killed and Atkins is dead.
Yeah.
But he went to... he went to Wofford undergrad and Vandy Law School.
Okay.
Paul Atkins.
Yeah, that's pretty elite. That's right. Pretty elite. Yeah. All right, so let's start at like the highest cabinet ranking and just run down the list.
All right, so you got Marco Rubio, and you were correct. He went to UF, and then he went to University of Miami Law School.
Okay, I got both of those right.
Yes, you did. Right. Yes, you did. We'll go to the Secretary of Treasury. Scott Bessnett went to Yale.
Okay.
Pam Bondi went to UF, and then Stetson Law School.
Oh, that's over in St. Pete. That's the one.
Oh, that's not the one in DeLand?
Pre-law is in DeLand.
Okay.
Stetson Law, which is probably the best law school in Florida. Sorry, UF and Florida State,
really?
Miami guys. I think Stetson and St. Pete's probably, as far as Florida goes, that's pretty elite.
Interesting, because you just threw some shade on Marco Rubio.
yeah, with his Miami
Law School.
Yeah.
Okay. Doug Burgum, what
is his position?
He is the Secretary of the Interior.
Okay. Parks guy. See what he did.
Right. And he was the governor of North Dakota. He went to North Dakota State University.
Okay.
And he has an MBA from Stanford.
Ooh, okay. All right. I didn't see him having a Stanford MBA, but
Lori Chavez de Reamer is the Secretary of Labor. Mm-hmm. She went to Cal State Fresno. Doug Collins, this is an interesting one. Doug Collins, who is the Secretary of Veterans Affairs.
Isn't he a basketball player?
No, he was a coach, wasn't he? I guess you got to.
I think he was a basketball player,
okay.
Real good defensive player. All right, where did he go?
University of North Georgia. He's got a Master's of Divinity from the New Orleans Baptist Theology Seminar and a law degree from John Marshall.
All right, yeah. Blake, isn't North Georgia in Flagler's conference?
Yes, the University of North Georgia is in the Peach Belt Conference.
In the Peach Belt Conference.
Yeah. Division II.
Who's their basketball coach? There was somebody who was coaching against Flagler. I went to a game once, and I recognized him.
Who had like 1,000 wins. I know who you're talking about, but
yeah.
I can't come up with it either.
Blake should know this right away.
Yeah.
Okay. Sean Duffy, the Secretary of Transportation, went to St. Mary's University.
And also was on the Real World.
Okay.
He was on the Real World?
He was.
What season?
I got wrong button. I got to double check that.
Wasn't he the mayor of Boston, I thought?
No, was he?
Sean Duffy? I'm pretty sure he was the mayor of Boston.
Okay.
He was something in Massachusetts. I don't know if he was the governor of Massachusetts or the mayor of Boston. And then he went to Mitchell Hamline School of Law. Not familiar with that one at all.
Yeah.
Our Secretary of Defense, we had his picture up there just in that line of guys before. He's a doubleheader.
Mm.
He went to Princeton, and he's got a master's of public policy from that, horrible school, Harvard.
Harvard.
Yeah. I'm thinking myself that there's going to be some really uncomfortable homecomings and reunions at Harvard coming up for some of these guys if they show up.
Mhm.
RFK Jr., well, he was a legacy. He went to Harvard undergrad. He went to Pace for a master's in environmental law. That's when he was really doing some good for cleaning up the Hudson River. And the University of Virginia Law School. Howard Lutnick, who is the Secretary of Commerce, went to Haverford College. Our Secretary of Education is a pirate.
Mhm.
She went to East Carolina University.
Ah, all right.
Yep.
They had some good baseball teams and some good football teams.
Some
back
good
in the day.
football teams. I used to make money betting on them in football until they really just started screwing me over and couldn't keep it up going. They had some good spreads, and they beat a lot of them. Plus, I like their uniforms. Kristi Noem, they're very similar to LSU's uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Kristi Noem, our Secretary of Homeland Security. South Dakota State University.
South Dakota State.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
No. She just has a bachelor's.
that's it. Yep.
BA. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Brooke Rollins, who is the Secretary of Agriculture,
Mhm.
went to Texas A&M, which is applicable, I would like to think.
It's military. I wouldn't.
Agriculture and,
Yeah.
that's the A part of it.
But I think it's more towards the military. At
Yeah, when your school gives a scholarship to Johnny Manziel, can you really consider yourself elite?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I didn't say it was one of the elite ones.
Okay. I thought you said it was comparable, like elite. Like I would not consider Texas
I said
A&M.
MIT and Stanford, and I agreed with you on Vanderbilt qualify with the Ivy.
Yeah, but I thought I misheard or.
No, I'm just saying.
Did you hear it that way too, Blake?
The military part of it.
I
I'm
heard
saying,
it that way as well.
Okay.
well,
Yeah.
it's Texas Agriculture and Military, and she's the Secretary of Agriculture. So I'm just saying that can work.
Oh, that's comparable.
Oh.
Right.
Okay, you said that's comparable. I was going with you were saying
No.
Texas A&M is comparable to Princeton.
No. I'm saying that
okay.
she qualifies for her position.
The agricultural side. of it.
Correct.
Okay.
And she went to the University of Texas Law School.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Not elite.
No. And Chris Wright, who's the Secretary of Energy, went to MIT, where he's got both a BS and a master's.
Okay. All right. I'll give them that. So they got a good crew.
These are the sub-cabinet people.
Oh, I don't think we got time for all
No,
that.
we do not.
We don't have time for
I'll
all
give you
that.
some highlights, like the guy who's not going to be in charge of the IRS, Billy Long. He never graduated from the University of Missouri and can't answer questions when he's being before Congress.
He's not going to be in charge of
IRS too long, yeah.
Yeah.
He stammers a lot because he doesn't know nothing about what the IRS is doing these days.
Yeah. Does the IRS know what the
that's
IRS
a tough
is doing?
one, by the way. Exactly, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank goodness my accountants know what the
Right.
IRS is doing.
Exactly.
Thank you, Air Bear.
Yes.
So,
Avier Kreskin is who went to
where?
Hawaii?
Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi. Oh, she actually went there too.
She went to the University of Hawaii Pacific. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think Tulsi's got herself a nice career still ahead of her.
All right, to go back to Sean Duffy here real quick. He was on the world. He was on the Real World in Boston, Road Rules All Stars. Then I believe he was on the first few seasons of the challenge where it was still like badged as the Real World Road Rules All Challenge.
Yeah, but didn't he have a real life job before he became, a TV head and therefore
Yes.
qualified for being in Trump's cabinet?
Yes. He was the district attorney in Wisconsin from 2002 to 2010. Then he was a U.S. House Representative from 2011 to 2019.
In where? Wisconsin or Massachusetts?
Wisconsin.
He didn't have an elected office in Massachusetts, huh?
No.
I'm mistaking him for somebody. Okay.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, where they make cheese.
Yeah. Yeah. And they lead the nation in alcoholism.
Really?
Yeah.
So anyway,
All right.
35% of the cabinet went to elite schools. 41% of the sub-cabinet went to elite schools. And Trump only went to Ivy League for 2 years. He went to Fordham for 2 years before he got into Penn, where he went to Wharton. And Vance went to Ohio State University first and then law school at Yale.
Mm-hmm. That's where he met his wife.
Yeah. who I think is way smarter than he is.
I think she's way smarter than pretty much everybody on your list there.
Yeah.
So,
and smart enough not to take a cabinet position. More to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Which,
Bondi's a smart lady. I think.
Yeah. But she is the current weaponizer of the Justice Department.
Oh.
You know, I mean, you can say all they want about the Biden.
That's what they were elected to do. And I don't understand why the Democrats are upset about it. They're doing exactly what they said they were going to do.
Well, you can say one thing out of one side of your face and then the other thing out of the other side of the face. You know, how the Biden administration weaponized the Justice Department, but the Trump administration is doing that
Doing
on
the exact
steroids,
same thing.
on steroids.
They're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. So you can't say we're not weaponizing the Justice Department when they are. You want to call a spade a spade, call a spade a spade.
I did not say they were.
Right.
I said they're doing
well,
exactly.
they say they're not. Right.
Yeah. And, you know, Biden said he wasn't too.
Right.
And everybody does it.
Right.
That's the weapon you have against your enemies. All right. It is time for 5 questions.
Okay.
All right. You said you had a question today.
I said I have 5 questions.
Oh, you have a total of 5
yes.
questions.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. We might get in more than 5 questions. All right. Question number 1. Blake's got Clint Eastwood. I've already teased Clint Eastwood back there. Are you a Clint Eastwood or a John Wayne guy?
I was wrong then too, Josh.
What's that?
He said, how is weaponizing the Department of Justice wrong now? I didn't say it was right when they did
No,
it.
it's wrong every time.
Right.
You know, and it's wrong every time. And
Because remember me, I'm the moderate.
I can tell you I don't know a president in my lifetime that didn't do that.
Right.
So and that's
and it's, you know, I mean, look at Nixon. It's hard to not unleash that power. That's why you need an attorney general who realizes that you're the nation's lawyer, not the president's lawyer. The president and the White House have their own lawyers. The attorney general is supposed to be the attorney for the United States of America.
What was Baird, the guy that
Barr?
turned on Trump?
Yeah.
What was his
William Barr.
He
What was
was
his
the
job?
attorney general.
He tried.
Yeah, absolutely.
He tried.
Yeah.
He tried to do his part.
Yep.
So
No, it was impressive.
all right. Back to 5 questions.
Okay.
Stop reading the comments so you don't get off task there. All right.
I take this the
Clint
tangents
Eastwood.
quite seriously.
All right. Clint Eastwood or John Wayne? Clint Eastwood or John Wayne?
For the woman I love, I'm going with Squint. She calls him Squint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Yep. As a matter of fact, I have the good, bad, and the ugly queued up at home.
All right.
I can't watch it with her, though. It's too violent.
For you
Not for me.
or for her? Okay.
Not for me.
All right. What is your favorite Clint Eastwood movie?
Might be Pale Rider. It might be. I'm a big fan of the trilogy. You know,
Fistful of
a
Dollars.
few dollars more.
Yeah, the spaghettis.
Yeah.
Spaghettis.
Sergio Leone did it right.
So
and the music is haunting.
yeah. And Blake, do you know any John Wayne movies at all? Is John Wayne before your time? Too far before your time?
No, yeah, John Wayne. Like I know the name, but just haven't really like watched any of his movies. Like look, like the only thing I'm really known for was trying to get on stage with the Native American that took Marlon Brando's Oscar.
Sashi Littlefeather.
Yeah. He didn't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but also the Clint Eastwood, like I think like my favorite movie of his was a modern one, was a $1 Million Baby.
$1 Million Baby was great.
Yeah,
$1 Million Baby was great. Clint Eastwood, John Wayne, and Clint Eastwood, you got to go with his westerns and everything else in a different category.
Correct.
In my opinion.
And then his directorial stuff too.
Unforgiven is part of the conflict that Clint Eastwood and John Wayne had, because John Wayne kind of developed the good guy always wins in the westerns, and Clint Eastwood once sent John Wayne a script to read that he wanted to do together, where it was similar to the Unforgiven with Gene Hackman, was the bad guy, but they had that connection still, or he was, I think, the good guy but the bad guy. Wasn't he the sheriff that was bad? Gene Hackman in Unforgiven.
I'm gonna get yelled at because I haven't seen it. I know we can't be friends.
Go home. Don't watch what you're about to watch and watch Unforgiven.
Okay.
All right. And it is violent.
Which is why I have to wait till Julie goes to bed.
It is violent. So Clint Eastwood wins this one for me. just because I think he didn't insult our thinking. I think John Wayne's movies insulted our thinking,
Well,
where the good guys always win.
they're made at a different time.
Yeah, they were 17, 20 years apart or something like that. But Clint Eastwood, I think he's turning 94. If he's not already 94. But what he's done later on in life, I think, is equally impressive to what he did back in his Western days. And Outlaw Josie Wales, if you make me go with one of his older Westerns, I really liked Unforgiven. I think Gene Hackman was amazing in Unforgiven. And Gran Torino.
That was great.
I thought I thought he absolutely knocked Gran Torino out of the park.
Yep.
You got water right there.
I know.
I know you're changing colors on me.
See, I look good in pink.
I'm not going to give you the Heine Lick maneuver.
I will.
But,
Hey, Blakey.
To the rescue.
right.
But, The Sands of Iwo Jima was a great John Wayne movie.
Yeah.
And his Westerns, she wore a yellow ribbon and...
Yeah, Sands of Iwo Jima, but it also didn't show like
Sergeant Stryker.
Yeah, but
Don't watch to the end of it. It's very sad.
yeah, it's sad. It is sad. So, all right, here we go. This is for the chef, and Blake, you have to pick one of each. All right, so you can't get around it. You can only pick one fruit and one vegetable to live the rest of your life on. You're stuck in one area. You can grow this fruit, you can grow this vegetable, and that's all you get for the rest of your life.
All right.
You want to go first, Blake?
I'll go first.
All right.
Oranges and grapes. Oranges and potatoes.
Oranges and potatoes.
Sorry.
That's a good one.
That's pretty solid.
How about tomato and...
Is that your fruit or is that your vegetable?
No, that's a fruit.
Okay, I just
That's why I was kind of cheating a little bit here. Yeah, tomato and garlic.
that's all you're gonna eat. That's all you get to eat is just those two.
What? And not other ingredients?
No other food.
No other ingredients at all?
No other food.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to go cantaloupe and...
You can only eat one fruit, one vegetable for the rest. That is
with
all you get.
no other foods, no other
other
dishes,
food.
nothing. So
No
you're on a
other
desert
food.
island and all you have is this and that.
Can we at least have water?
You can have water. Of course, you have to have water.
Cantaloupe, which will get me water.
Okay.
And for a vegetable, arugula. It's a vegetable.
Arugula.
That's for you, Bill.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a vegetable.
All right. I'm going to stick with Blake's vegetable. I'm going with the potato. You can turn it into vodka. You can make some things with it. It's got a lot of different variations. So I'm going with Blake with the potato. For my fruit, I grew up around oranges all my life and stuff like that. But for my fruit, I'm going with the apple. I think the apple kind of gives you energy, gives you a little bit of water. So I'm going with the
sugar, sure.
I'm going with the apple and the potato. So,
okay.
All right, you could probably make a lot of stuff with apples and potatoes as a chef.
I could.
Yeah. So, all right. Ask one of your questions over there. You got questions?
How many streaming services do you subscribe to?
I don't know. I have to go to Blake. How many do I subscribe to, Blake?
Right. There's a household. We'll go household.
As a household, we got everything.
Yeah. So I think right now, just you.
I have Netflix, MLB.
Netflix, MLB, and I think that's it.
You have Amazon.
The TV package
Amazon.
of
Wait,
MLB?
I have Disney.
No, I have Disney.
You have Disney?
So I have Amazon. So in the house, I control Amazon.
He controls.
He controls all of them. Let's be clear about that. I don't know how to.
Yes.
If
So,
the new stuff comes in, he has to go to his phone. He has to put it in.
May I list all of them off, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Amazon, YouTube TV, YouTube Premium, Max, Paramount Plus, Peacock. What else?
Wait, I know Max is mine because it comes with the cable.
I think it's part of YouTube TV. So yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
So
with that one.
All right. What else? And Apple
You're paying
TV.
him too much.
Oh, and Apple TV.
Well, he doesn't pay rent, so this is his household bill that he covers, and we got them all because of this.
Okay.
So, what about you? How many
You're
you
welcome.
Amazon, which comes with Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Peacock. Hulu, which gives me Disney. Netflix. And Apple.
Oh yeah, forgot about Disney as well.
And we have Apple also.
Yeah.
We have Apple also.
Just started watching a great show on Apple last night called Karem, which is intrigue and food all at the same time. Antonin Karem was the first real celebrity chef back in the days of Napoleon.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote a bunch of cookbooks. He was brilliant. He started out as a pastry chef in his father's restaurant. And apparently this is making him out to be a spy for Talleyrand. But he ended up Karem cooked for Talleyrand, one of the czars, on and off for Napoleon. So it's pretty lusty too. But man, you look at the size of those kitchens back there, they're like 30, 40, 50 people.
Mm-hmm.
Flames going everywhere. It's really interesting for me from that point of view as well. And it also works into the intrigue of France under Napoleon. You know.
All right. Give me another question from your side. 'Cause we got time for 2 more questions. We got 9 minutes.
Longest you've gone without drinking?
Longest I've gone without drinking, 9 months. So both times the boys were pregnant.
Okay. Oh, that's very sympathetic of you.
Yeah, I she couldn't drink, I didn't drink. She couldn't have caffeine, I didn't have caffeine.
Wow. Okay, that's a good partner.
Yeah. So
that's a good partner.
So that's how I know that. So if you count and put them together, 18 months, but 9 months
sequentially. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gone about 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 months. Blake, what about you? Longest you went without drinking?
How old are you?
Longest I went without drinking was like I'd probably say 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
Since
you've been an adult.
Yeah. I never really had I think kind of the streak broke a little bit recently, but yeah, I'd never been a huge fan of alcohol.
You attempted to do a shot of Jameson with me about a month or 2 back in me.
Yeah.
So it wasn't successful.
How'd that go down? Right, exactly.
It burned. It burned.
He got about 22% of his shot down.
It's definitely good training for me for Ireland coming up in September. So
yeah.
Because there's nothing else there besides Guinness, Jameson, Tully, and maybe a little bit of Gaelic football.
Just remember, Guinness is like eating bread. You'll be fine.
I'm with him on it. He tried it the other night.
Guinness?
For the first time. He tried Guinness for the first time.
Oh, God.
I'm not necessarily a fan,
the only thing I got was the foam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be glad you don't have a beard and mustache.
All right. What company has the worst customer service? What company has the worst customer service?
Hulu.
Hulu, huh? Okay. Why?
Because they can't answer a freaking question. They don't know anything about their technology. Their technology is not great. The programming that they offer is fabulous. It's my conduit into live TV and local broadcasting to get the local news and things that I enjoy. Mm-hmm. But, they have no idea how to correct any issues with their recording technology or their timing and things like that. I've got 5 open ticket numbers going. And then they won't let you talk to somebody who knows what's going on. Can I talk to somebody in the technology department, please?
Yeah.
Anybody who knows how to use this stuff?
And mine's any company that you have to hit more than 5 buttons and still don't talk to a human. Right. If you have a company like that, I don't want to be your friend. Blake, worst customer service?
I'm going to say Taco Bell.
Ooh, you mean in person?
Yeah.
Really?
The drive-through,
see, Burger King across the street's worse. That Burger King, and I love me a Whopper Junior with cheese.
Oh yeah,
and I love it. I love their onion rings, but man, if you get the wrong person at that window, it is the soup Nazi of burgers. As far as Taco Bell, they do a terrible job of getting what you ordered into the bag.
See, I never had that problem.
But they seem to be nice.
Yeah, I've never had that problem at Taco Bell.
Yeah,
lucky
Burger King for a while.
Well, yeah, our orders are probably a little bigger than yours with the number of people.
If you're doing the household, you're doing the household.
The number of people we throw at it. So,
when I did my tours, man, I used to love it. It's 1:00 in the morning, and I'd come back and hit the drive-through and get a couple of dollar menus and be very happy on my way.
Here's something I just found out recently. and I don't know if you know this, Taco Bell is open even when you're sober.
Really?
Yeah. Who knew?
Wow.
Who knew that?
Hey, they're open late till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
That's a lousy shift to have.
The fifth meal was their motto at one point. All right. This last 5 minutes, I'll be brief about it. Tomorrow morning on the Board of County Commissioners, they're going to be discussing our county administrator, and she's been taking a lot of blows in the media. She's been taking a lot of blows from for political sides. I just want to say for the record, Joy Andrews has always done a great job when I worked with her. She's always done a great job when I worked on Home Again and getting through some of the process when she was at Health and Human Services. And she's done a great job as an administrator. She didn't get caught up in some of the other stuff. She's a brilliant lady. So hopefully there'll be more support, and the people that possibly are going to go on the attack tomorrow, understand she's a person that has feelings. She's a mom. She's a daughter, and there's a lot of people that love her out there, and your words hurt people when you come after people like that. So I'm just
why do you think they're going after her?
Well, they've already tried to get her out with a vote of
no
confidence, which failed. She applied for a job in South Florida. She pulled her application out. I don't blame her for applying for that if she's doing what's best for her family, because if you're constantly under attack, and
right.
I've been there, at when I worked for the county at times, when you're constantly under attack, you're miserable. You're absolutely miserable. And we need to allow this brilliant woman to be herself and perform at the highest possible level and not create distractions. This is a $1.7 billion company is what St. Johns County is.
Yeah.
They got to carry over about $500 million. So it's technically about a $1.2 billion company, but that is a big ass company. And that's a lot of responsibility. So, Joy, I just want to make sure I got your back. I'm going to probably say something similar in the morning show tomorrow, and Blake will be in the audience tomorrow, filming. It's agenda item 2. If you want to watch it live, and all you have to do is go to our app,
right? We've got the government
and just
link.
click right into government TV links, and then goes to St. Johns County. So, so it could be a big day tomorrow. Root for her in a lot of ways. If she's not doing her, I'm not a proponent of whether or not she gets an extension or not, but I'm telling you right now, she's done a fine job of where she's at right now. I know some people went on the attack on her, and it's not justified in my opinion. So
too bad.
All right.
It's not an easy job.
It is not an easy job. And there's, 1,000 employees. I mean, that's just a crazy number. Absolutely crazy number. So, and you just read Bobby's joke. Yeah. How do you, well, that joke's been around here in St. Augustine on a Flagler grad for a long time.
Okay.
So how do you get a Florida A&M grad off your porch? Pay him for the pizza.
Yeah.
So, any other plugs you got?
All good.
We have tomorrow night. We have the Women's Refuge.
I'm looking forward to that. I'd like to learn some things.
And in there is their executive director and the president of their board. So we're looking real excited to talk about that. And they have a new project and a new home that they're building, and they're doing amazing stuff for the girls here in town. All right.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.